All right, so I'm out at Mussel Rock in Pacifica, and to be honest, I have doubts about the success of this mission. It is very windy, also partially cloudy, so the light is changing constantly, but I did feel like I wanted to get out and make a video and do some painting, so here we are. All right, it's kind of a treacherous trail down to the ocean, so I'm just trying to be careful not to twist an ankle or go cartwheeling down the hill. All right, so I made it down the cliff, and now I'm going to try to find a place that's sheltered. Definitely windy out here. All right, so I'm thinking something like this. All right, so here's my setup. I've got my backpack clipped to my tripod easel for stability purposes. Usual colors, titanium white, this is cadmium yellow medium, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, a little bit of cadmium red light, then there's alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, and a little bit of phthalo blue. I've got an 11 by 14 inch panel using liquid as usual for my medium, odorless mineral spirits in a small brush cleaner. I'm gonna try to use the biggest brush I can. This is a number 10 flat. These are both synthetic. So those are going to be my main brushes that I use. All right, so as you can see, the light is gone, but there may be still something to be made of this little area. I like these distant mountains, and so we'll see what happens. So as usual, first step is just to get my burnt sienna drawing on the panel, and I can see that I made this opening here a little bit too small, so I'm going to kind of enlarge it. I'm going to make that a little bit larger. Let's see if you can see over here. So this opening here, a little too narrow here, so I'm going to make a few adjustments. The one thing I want to stress about doing your initial drawing is that you're not looking for detail at all. You're just trying to get the main elements on the panel so that you can see, you know, what your composition is going to be. You know, a lot of people jump right into detail, and that's a problem. So the main thing you want to do is you want to get those elements on the panel, step back, see if the composition works before you get committed to any kind of, you know, fine tuning. All right, so I just spent a few more minutes on this, keeping it really loose, but I'm just sort of defining the edges of these rocks a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, the scene has changed completely, but here's what we've got. This is the overcast version. I might play around with it and add some light to the water here, you know, just for fun. All right, so I'm mixing up some titanium white with some cadmium yellow medium. Alright, so as you can see, I added some light areas here, kind of suggesting a shadow of this rock, and some light coming between these two rocks. One of the most common questions I get is, how do I carry my wet painting home safely? And so I use a wet panel carrier. It's just made out of plastic, and you can put 4 panels in here. This one's for 11 by 14, but I have them in various different sizes, and that's it. You can usually find them online. There are various different companies that sell them. I'm not even sure who makes this one, but I know there's a company called Raymar that makes them. But yeah, very handy. All right, time for a quick recap. Obviously, the light changed really dramatically. I know a lot of people say one rule in plein air painting is don't chase the light. I was definitely chasing the light today, but I'm just out here having fun. For me, plein air, again, I know I've said this a bunch, but it's just a way to keep my brush strokes loose and help me make fast decisions. Plus, it's just a nice way to get out of the studio, get away from my phone, my computer, and all that. Just really nice thing to do. So anyway, as usual, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm going to do a little studio analysis of this painting, and I'll put that video on my Patreon channel. Link down below if you're interested. Other than that, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you in the next video.